I'm Jen, and these are 7 subtle signs I was ready to stop renting and finally feel like maybe I could buy my first home, an investment property here in the New York City area. These are 7 subtle signs. I'm not talking about how I saved up money or anything like that. That'll be a different separate video. When I started my renting journey, I did not think of it as a trial period for different areas, but it actually kind of was, and it was a really good educational experience of, okay, what do I like in an apartment? What do I like in an area? What do I like in a building? And what do I want in the future? And there are so many different things and signals, and I'm gonna get into it all right now. Number 1, I wanted to paint the walls. I have lived in about 10 places, and it has just been absolutely crazy that I still have not painted a wall. I love painting. I've actually minored in studio art and did painting classes, so I would love to paint a mural. I would love to just paint a wall, one color, just one wall, but I still haven't done it because it can be really tricky you basically have to sign a lease where you have to ask permission to sometimes actually paint the wall, and then it does say that there's a stipulation that you have to paint it back the original color. So not only do you have to buy paint and figure out the color, then you have to paint it, do the labor, then at the end of the year when you're moving out, you're already super stressed moving out. You don't want to have to move your stuff out and then go back and, you know, fix the whole situation and repaint it the original color, find the original color. It's a whole headache. It has not made sense for me to paint a wall if I'm just gonna live there for 1 year. So I still have not painted a wall, and I would just love, 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 love to paint a beautiful wall, a beautiful color, maybe like a dark blue or something for filming. It would be so cool. Number 2, I bought books about the area and interior design. I went through a whole stage where I bought so many interior design and decorating books where I felt like I was trying to figure out, okay, what is my style? I want to make this rental feel even homier. And little did I know, these were all small indications that I was getting ready to make this more of a home and probably figure out, okay, after renting, what is my next step, and do I want to maybe buy my own place and really customize that even more. So I bought a bunch of interior design books. I also bought a ton of books on the area, on New York City. Of course, I love New York City. As you can tell, I have a whole channel and videos dedicated to New York City, but it's just something that I love and I'm obsessed with, and I'm constantly wanting to learn more about the history, more about just beautiful photos of it. I even had a friend, for example, she definitely was obsessed with where she lived in that specific historic complex and bought a book specifically about it. So if you're buying books that your coffee table books, they just happen to be a very specific genre of architecture, design, decorating, and you're starting to see these little signs and signals, listen to that. Realize that maybe it is time that you're starting to think about what are the options to buy your first home. Number 3, I wanted to customize tiles, fixtures, and doors. It is actually not surprising that a lot of rentals, sometimes they can be built really quickly and all at once, and then sometimes they don't even install things properly. We're talking, I've seen faucets that the hot handle, the red hot, is actually cold, and the cold blue handle is actually red hot. It's like really burns your skin, and you might have that situation where at 3 a.m. you don't remember which one's which, and you're like, oh my gosh, what is happening? Whatever. But basically, I do feel like there are certain fixtures that piss me off and are probably really easy to fix, but because I don't own their place, I can't fix them. I have to rely on the landlord, and for the most part, I don't say anything because it's usually something I can just figure out, okay, this is a quirky little thing, I have to do it this way. And right now, it sounds so silly to complain about, but my kitchen faucet in this gorgeous, beautiful sink, it's just so stunning in photos, but you would never know. Every time I open it, it hits and it makes like a really loud noise, and I'm just like it wakes me up every time I'm in the kitchen. I'm like, oh, okay, like that's just the faucet, we're fine. It just hits it and it's like, whoop, okay. That is just an example of how design goes beyond the aesthetics. It can sometimes be functionally not functional. So those little things could be really helpful in my future home. Also, doors, I have had apartments say that they are soundproof, double insulated, whatever, but then the door is so flimsy that there is no sound privacy. I've also had doors that accidentally basically lock you in if you know, they just say don't use the locks. And it's like, well then why are there even locks? There's a lot of functionality issues in different rentals. I've also had where closet doors are sliding closet doors because there's no space for that door to open, and when closet doors hit your bedroom door, it can be a very difficult functionality issue. So I've had sliding doors in my closet, which is another tricky thing. The sliding doors are either slid to one side or the other side of the closet, and that basically means that I'm always not able to access half of my closet. I even have drawers that don't work because they're stuck in the center, so I have to like move them. It's just not a functionality, it's not an ideal functionality situation, and I feel bad complaining about it, but in my future home I do want to customize the doors to make sure that they are not hitting each other and they are not sliding in my way and just, you know, not being functional. Number 4, I didn't want to bother the landlord. I wanted to fix things myself, especially if you are a little bit of a DIY type of person. You will appreciate this. My mindset has totally shifted from when I first started renting, and I thought, okay, well, the landlord, you are paying them for these things, so you are supposed to call them or the property manager to help you if you have an issue. And now have a small ladder for the kitchen, like cabinets and stuff, and then I have a tall ladder for big fixes, like if a light bulb goes out or if the batteries on the smoke detector, it's beeping, I have them at the ready to fix it by myself without calling someone else. I think that this new sort of switch into that DIY mindset of, okay, if it's something small, I can totally do that, I don't want to bother the landlord, then maybe it's time for me to start looking into buying my own place where I can do even more fun DIY projects. Number 5, I wanted to stop moving every year. I moved about 10 times in the past decade. A lot of those apartments, actually 4 of them, I didn't even stay there for a full year, so that was really tight. And because of a lot of different reasons, 2 of them were cockroach infestations. You never know, it's just so unfortunate. Sometimes construction in the building next door can even cause that to stir up things and is not good. But long story short, if you are starting to feel like you have all of your doctors in a certain area, you have all of your friends in a certain area, you are part of a community garden, a library, whatever it might be, some of these resources and things and communities could be a signal that you want to stay put in that specific place. It could not just be an apartment or a building, but also, just a specific neighborhood. You might be wanting to look for your first place to buy in that neighborhood where you've already know that you love it and you can't imagine your life without that restaurant or that doctor or that community garden or that special gym or library or whatever it might be. Number 6, I bought nicer furniture, or at least I got really nice furniture off the street. Let me explain. When I first moved out of my parents' home, which actually didn't have any DIY furniture, going into college, I thought, okay, college, the only thing I saw was do it yourself, build furniture. I thought that furniture only came in a box from IKEA. I was so wrong. There's so much more to it, but when you're a broke college student, that's what you associate with furniture. So I have built and done almost the whole catalog. Okay, maybe not that many, but I've built 3 IKEA couches. I've helped friends build so many bookcases, built my own bookcases, done all of that, and I'm sick of it. I don't want to do it anymore. I will keep some of the DIY furniture until it has a last leg to stand on, a last dresser leg or a last desk leg to stand on. I will keep it because I don't want to be wasteful. The pigeons are purring and saying hello. Okay, well, that'd be a fun little feature of a pigeon. Okay, I'm gonna do that again. Purr. 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 I'm purring to the pigeons. They're trying to say hello. There they are. Okay. They're playing hard to get. It's fine. Just come say hi to the video. It's fine. Whenever you're ready. I've never purred at pigeons before, but this is fun. I have expensive taste. I like really expensive, beautiful, dreaming about like matching furniture sets and things like that, but also like crazy boho non-matching where I like try really hard to not match and then you're just still trying hard. So in the end, I have expensive taste, but I have a strict budget because I am trying to buy my first home, saving up to do that right now. So it's just like a difficult conflict. Despite all of this, I have a $600 West Elm coffee table in my living room. Let me explain. I actually was leaving my apartment one day, and a few steps outside my apartment, I saw the dreamiest coffee table. It was exactly what I wanted. My boyfriend was also buying a coffee table, and I was like, this is perfect for his place too. I took a photo and I was gonna send it to him, But the movers that were around, there were like movers moving a bunch of office chairs and things into a van, and they were like, oh, you can have it, we're throwing it out. And I was like, really? I can just have this? They're like, yeah, just take it, we're throwing everything out. And unfortunately, with a lot of offices closing, this is like a luxury office building in the middle of Manhattan, and they were just like gonna sadly bring this poor thing to the landfill. And I was like, this is my dream coffee table in perfect condition. This is exactly what I wanted, a gold drum coffee table, lots of storage inside. I like checked it out, make sure it was like clean, you know, like it was like not crazy, there's no bugs or anything in it. And I was like, okay, like I'm gonna take this. And I just legit like was like, okay, and grabbed it with my two hands. It was just like an awkward, like round thing, but it was not heavy. It was just like awkward to hold, and I just grabbed it and then waddled it back to my apartment. And the doorman was so nice. He's like, oh, here, have the little like dolly to bring it in. And it wasn't even necessary. It was just a clunky, funny thing to bring into my apartment. My poor roommate, who like we do technically have 2 coffee tables. She had a coffee table from a previous apartment. She somehow, thank you so much to my amazing best friend, she was like, okay, like we actually did have a corner where it could fit, and so now we have like a second table, and it's really good storage. It's really good for like additional kitchen space and like surface space. I totally have this dream of us having like a game night where we can like sit around on pillows around this gorgeous coffee table and just like play games and stuff. And I don't know, it's just such a cute, beautiful coffee table that I'm so excited that like my future home will probably, the whole design of my future furniture, because I don't own a lot of living room furniture, will be built around this coffee table, which, yeah, like is not even, I didn't even buy it and purchase it, but this expensive coffee table that I got for free off the street because New York City, and this is just like how it is. And I feel so grateful and lucky to like live here and to be able to have the opportunity to find this coffee table. That is a $600 coffee table story, and how I will probably purchase everything around it. And it's my dream coffee table. I highly recommend you check out listings. There's so many people giving away things for free, and even just highly discounted things that are slightly used when they're moving. So that is just definitely a great way to get a good deal on furniture while you might be saving up to buy your first home, like me. Yeah. Oh my gosh, goodbye DIY furniture. Hello, a whole new luxury class of beautiful furniture that you find off the street. Number 7, I got really good and addicted to looking at homes online. We're talking, you know, Zillow, StreetEasy, all these different sites that allowed me to see, okay, what is for sale in this area? What are the costs? I got so good at looking and scouting these out that I could predict and guess how much something would sell for, how much, if you gave me a listing, I could guess how much they were selling it for. There was just such a moment of addiction to these things. And you know what I'm talking about when you're like checking Zillow constantly. You sign up for the email notifications, all that good stuff. And then I feel like all of that kind of made me realize, oh, why I'm just curious looking at these things, whatever. But no, like I think I really do want to have my own place. And it might be the least subtle of the 7 subtle signs, but it definitely was an indication that I was ready to finally buy my first home. Your signs and symptoms might be different than mine, so call your real estate agent today to find out more. I legit feel like I am a like pharmaceutical commercial, which is not, I don't know, it's like a silly joke to myself, but these are just 7 subtle signs that felt to me like it was the right time to finally purchase my first home. And I hope that this helps you indicate, okay, maybe you have different signals that are happening for you that might be, maybe you're getting ready as well. So that is all. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, do all the things, because the algorithm loves to do that and see that when that happens. So appreciate you and thank you. I will see you in the next video. I'm absolutely loving this setting. Bryant Park on a rainy day. It's so empty and beautiful. Oh, I just love it so much. Like, look at how beautiful it is. Definitely explore, even if it's rainy or misty out. Everyone else stops exploring, they stay in, but like, New York City is not dead. It is busy, even on a rainy, misty day. And if you want to have it a little bit less busy, go explore. Don't let the rain and mist bother you, because it is just stunning. Look at this. This is Bryant Park. It's so pretty. Okay, bye. Enjoy this. I accidentally moved about 10 times in the past 10 decades. Oh my gosh, look at these dogs. They're so cute. Ah, they're so cute. Oh my gosh. I love it. This is a blooper.